Hi, I'm Sam Shovel. If you have a particularly perplexing problem, I will not rest until the mystery is solved. I'm like an archaeologist digging for clues. That's why they call me Sam Shovel. Because I really like to dig. And also because my parents are Mr. and Mrs. Shovel. I was in Egypt buying food to get me through the famine when I heard a rumor on the street that there was a new ruler in town. It seemed that no one had ever heard of this guy before he came to power. He just came out of nowhere. Someone had to check this out, and that someone was me.
Hello, I was told you wanted to see me.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Zephaniah, if that is your real name.
No, my real name is Joseph.
You changed your name from Joseph to Zephaniah Panea?
Well, no, I didn't change it. Pharaoh did.
Who?
Pharaoh.
Oh, the king of Egypt guy, the let my people go, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Joseph, that's not an Egyptian name, is it?
No, it isn't. I'm from the land of Canaan.
I see, you must have had quite a political background. What did you do before you were made second in command over Egypt? Were you a senator, a governor, the president of the Hannah Montana fan club?
Well, first I was a shepherd, and then my brothers sold me into slavery. So I did that for a while, and then I was thrown in prison.
So this guy, he'd come into power from the slammer, huh? Promoted to second in command straight from the hoosgow, released from the big house, the clink, the can, the joint, the pokey. Yeah, that seems pretty lucky, doesn't it? Well, it's a lot luckier than that one time I found a heads-up penny on top of a four-leaf clover. Now that's what I call some serious luck. Anyway, maybe you can explain something to me, Mr. Pharaoh's pet. Just how does some prison slave get put in charge over all of Egypt? What did you do? Bribery? Blackmail? I'm on to your little pyramid scheme.
I am not scheming anybody.
Right, and I'm SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, nice to meet you, Sponge.
Don't change the subject.
Look, Pharaoh had a bad dream, and I told him what it meant. So he released me from prison and put me in charge.
That must have been some dream. What was it?
He dreamed of 7 fat cows, and they were eaten by 7 skinny cows. But the cows actually represented 7 years of abundance and 7 years of famine.
Holy cow, that's remarkable. I had a dream once where I was flying through space on a horse named Myron, and we landed on a planet where everyone looked like that little Martian from the, Bugs Bunny cartoons. What do you think that means?
I don't know.
Ah, got you, Sigmund Fraud. I thought you said you could interpret dreams.
I can.
Then why does that guy from Wheel of Fortune, Pat Sajak, plague me night after night? Would you like to buy a vowel? Sam, I'm sorry, there are no E's, Sam. You're bankrupt, Sam. Come clean, Joseph. No more lies. Denial's not just a river in the Sudan.
Look, I can interpret dreams, but only when God tells me what to say.
Let me get this straight. You're standing before Pharaoh and he's asking you to tell him why he's dreaming of skinny carnivorous cows. If your interpretations are right, you get a get out of jail free card. But if you're wrong, you're on a one-way trip to the ever after. And all you have to go by is the hope that maybe God will whisper the right answer in your ear. That seems a little risky.
It may seem risky, but I trusted God to help me give the right interpretation.
How can you trust someone who let you get sold into slavery and thrown into prison for something you didn't do?
I don't know why God allowed those things to happen, but he had his reasons. He's bigger and smarter than me. And he's always with me, whether I'm a slave, a prisoner, or a ruler. So I trust him to help me make the right choices.
It sure must be nice to have the creator of all things on your side. I wish I had someone to help me make good choices. I can't seem to say no to those telemarketers. I've donated most of my savings to charities I've never even heard of, like People for the Ethical Treatment of Vegetables and the United Spam Foundation, and I've got a subscription to the Beans of the Month Club. And I don't even like beans. Yuck!
You can trust God too, you know. Anyone can.
You did say he was big.
Sir, some gentlemen are here to purchase grain. 10 sons of Jacob from the land of Canaan.
10 sons of Jacob?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
I can't believe it. My brothers are here from Canaan. They're here to buy grain.
The ones who sold you into slavery? What are you gonna do? Get revenge? Refuse to sell them grain? Throw them into prison for a few years? What?
I don't know what I'm going to do.
May I make a suggestion?
Okay.
Why don't you trust God and He'll help you make the right choice?
Oh, that's a good idea, Sponge.
Thanks, I'm a good listener. Oh, by the way, before you go, if you get any insight on my Pat Sajak problem, could you give me a little help?